I really need to come and get my Abraham fix, but I can't schedule it. I can't see a way to it. And Esther said, well, what's going on? And she said, I've lost my mojo. I'm not in alignment. I don't feel good. Things aren't turning out the way I'm used to them. I need to come and get my Abraham fix. And Esther said, why? Why? What's that? What is it about that? And Tracy says, I don't know. I just remember being in the audience and listening to Abraham, and I don't even remember what Abraham was saying. And I just had this feeling. I just wanted to jump to my feet and say, yes! I just felt, yes! And then Tracy said, oh, never mind. The feeling came back. All she had to do was remember. She wasn't that far away from it. All she had to do is remember what it felt like. You see, we think that we have you thinking more than is good for you. You want to think. You like the drama of things too. But if you could just remember, what does it feel? Do you remember feelings of satisfaction? In other words, you don't have to figure it all out. Just find some touchstone that always feels good to you when you think about it, and use it as your reason to feel good right now. Adjust your vibration by reaching for the feeling. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I don't understand where it went. And we say, it didn't go anywhere. It's just being held off by that perspective, by that question that is rooted in something's wrong with something that I'm doing. And so all you have to do is, and that feeling feels like self-doubt. It feels like confusion. So what you want to do is just find a thought that gives you a different feeling. Not find a thought that leads you to the solution. Not find a thought that gives you a different feeling.
The feeling of having a wonderful family.
All right, that's way too big. That's too big, because family is more trouble than it's worth.
So, that's for sure.
So
the feeling of belonging where I was.
But now you're just stirring up more trouble. So we want you to go more general, more emotional, more something that felt good to me. Something as silly as, oh man, I was at Papacito's restaurant the other day, and I had for the first time a shrimp appetizer that was wrapped in bacon and had some sort of cheese in the middle of it and a little jalapeno. And when I put it in my mouth, I thought I was going to die. It was so good. It was so good. And we only ordered two orders of them, and there were enough of them that enough of us that we were sort of fighting over them. And our eyes were like rolling back in our head as we were eating these, because it tasted so good. And it was so fun. It was so fun to fight over these little shrimp. It was really fun to fight over them. And one friend thought that they were all for her. And so she just sort of pulled it over there and started scarfing them. And the rest of us were sort of thinking, hey, we're sharing these. And we had so much fun. And she went to the bathroom. We all put shrimp tails in our mouth to tease her. In other words, yeah, we know that it sounds silly, because here you are. You've come to learn to be the deliberate creator of your own reality. We know it should be really hard. It should be hard. There should be long lists of things to do in order to do it. I should be able to get my mind, my weak and limpy mind that's always focused in the wrong place. I should be able to wrestle it with the ground and make it focus upon things that are meaningful to me. And we say, no, that isn't it. That isn't it. All you got to do is find something that's soft and feels good to you. Something. For a while, Esther just focused on her pillow. It just appreciation.
My bed.
In other words, just find something. But in doing so, before you're going to be willing to do that, we have to convince you that that's the work to be done. Because you're so used to jumping through the hoops and trying so hard and being measured against others and getting it all right. And you've heard all of the stuff about right and wrong and the pros and cons of things. And your very worthiness and beingness is in question in your mind so much of the time. And we say, where do you get this stuff? You are the leading edge, and source energy is adoring you and flowing to you and offering you everything that you could possibly want or need in every moment. And all you got to do is just soften yourself enough to be the receiver of it, you see. Which means you just have to find a soft thought. You just have to stop beating up on yourself for a minute. Just stop feeling critical of what you're not getting done and using what you used to get done successfully. Stop using it as a club to beat yourself over the head about what you're not getting done. It's like saying, oh, I was so thin. I used to be so thin. I used to be so thin and not now. In other words, don't use past successes to torment yourself now. Don't use anything to torment yourself. Use everything and anything that you can think of to soothe yourself. Tell the story the way it feels best to you. I'm a good person. I was born as a good person, and I remained a good person. And I'm loved, and I'm worthy, and Source adores me, and Source is flowing to me, and I'm figuring this out, and I don't have to figure it out all at once, and things are all right. And it's getting better all the time, and it's just a matter of the way I feel. I like figuring this out, and I am figuring it out. There's just no big deal going on here. Nothing serious going on. Nothing serious going on. It's always better to love yourself than to be mad at yourself, but you can't go cold turkey on loving yourself. In other words, if you've got momentum going where you're self-critical or critical of others, critical about anything, you're not going to all of a sudden just drop that. There's momentum going. But you can remember the shrimp that tasted good, and that's a respite. That's relief. That's relief from that. You can remember something funny that happened. If you would just get together with friends and talk about the funniest things that you remember happening, your energy would shift. If you would just get hold of some television series, Esther watches Big Bang Theory. Every minute she can find. She's got them all recorded, and so a really nice evening is just to look and see, oh, I've seen that one, erase. Oh, I've seen that one, erase. Oh, I haven't seen that one. In other words, makes her laugh. Makes her laugh. Brilliantly written, makes her laugh. Nothing serious going on, makes her laugh. Feels good to laugh. Change the world. Watch Big Bang Theory.